Five men from God. God does not force his will on mankind. In all things, he has shown respect for mankind's right to choose. He offered them a choice by sending five men. These five men all made the same vow to God. God in turn agreed he would honor the men for the sake of their vow. They said they each would do five things: follows God's commands, not touch anything dead, nor drink wine, nor profane the Sabbath, nor cut their hair. The first came alone. He touched the dead, drank wine, and profaned the Sabbath. However, he did not cut his hair for his respect of God. God, who is merciful and patient with mankind's weaknesses, honored the vow for the hair's sake, because the man had respect for God. The man was given great physical strength. Some men followed the man for his strength, but they did not honor God. Some followed the man to honor God. All, however, allowed the man to settle their conflicts and disputes, and he helped them live peaceably. The first was tempted by a woman, and he let her cut his hair. With this, he had finally abandoned the vow altogether, respecting the woman more than God. In turn, God, who is just, abandoned the vow as well. The man lost his strength, was taken captive by his enemies, and killed. He was put to death between two pillars. As he died, the earth shook, and the greatest building of his enemies was rent apart. The second and third men came together. The second kept his vow, did not touch anything dead, nor drink wine, kept the Sabbath, and cut not his hair. God honored him as the greatest born of men. Yet his enemies killed him as a threat to peace. Many followed him and were surprised when he was killed. The third was the center of the witnesses. He did as the first. He touched the dead, but they came back to life. He claimed in this to honor God. He not only drank wine, but made it. He claimed in this to honor his mother. He seemed to profane the Sabbath, but was clever enough to explain how he did not. He claimed in this to honor mankind, yet he cut not his hair. He showed honor to God, his mother, and mankind, and kept the vow as to his hair. In turn, God honored him with great spiritual strength. Many followed him for his spiritual strength, and he judged between men with equity and mercy. The third allowed a woman to cut his hair as well. When she did, those who followed him said he was foolish as the first. They feared he too would then be taken captive by his enemies. Surely the first was a sign and a type of the third, they said, in quiet amongst themselves. And he was. Therefore, the third, like the first, was taken captive by his enemies and killed. He was put between two posts to die. And as he died, the earth shook, and the greatest building of his enemies was rent. The fourth and fifth came together. They both kept their vow, did not touch anything dead, nor drink wine, kept the Sabbath, and cut not their hair during the days of their ministry. God honored them with power to withstand their enemies, and gave them words to speak. When they spoke, the fire of God was in their words, and men could not disbelieve them. Only a few followed them. However, for men were unwilling to believe even what they could not disbelieve. These two judged with righteousness the nations who were in conflict. Yet when the words given to them had been fully spoken, God in his wisdom allowed their enemies to kill them. They were killed between two nations, and as they died, the earth shook and the greatest buildings of mankind were rent. When all five men had come and been killed, God spoke to mankind. When all five men had come and been killed, God spoke to mankind and said, I have sent you five witnesses of my power to bless mankind, all under vow. Few believed any of them, and you have killed them all. Why have you treated my witnesses so? Why do you disbelieve my mercy, when I have honored all those, even those who failed in the vow, with blessings for the vow's sake? Mankind responded, We did not like the first, for he kept not his vow. Yet you honored him. We see in this great permissiveness and find fault in you for that permissiveness. We cannot accept a God who is permissive. We did not like the second, for he was austere and could not be liked by common men who were prone to err. We cannot accept a God who is austere. We did not like the third, for he was irreverent, not honoring the things we hold sacred. We cannot accept a God who is irreverent. We did not like the fourth or fifth, for they spoke only of danger and warning. We cannot accept a God who speaks warnings threatening us with great danger. Why did you send us someone who was why did you not send us someone who was neither permissive nor austere nor irreverent nor speaking only words of warning and danger? God replied, You cannot be pleased. If I send you one, you will say you want another. If I send the other, you will say he is too unlike the first. You cannot be pleased. I cannot do it, nor can my witnesses, no matter who it is I send. I will depart from you, therefore, and take with me my witnesses, and those few who chose to follow them. As for you, you can go away unwarned, uncounseled, untaught, and unprepared against the day. And mankind was pleased with God's saying, thinking themselves freed from a great burden. Yet they assumed the burden to live without God in the world. God, his 5 messengers, and those who chose to be with them departed and lived in peace, which pleased them. Mankind, however, descended into chaos, which pleased them. Since all mankind were invited, God was fair. Since all mankind chose for themselves, God was just and men were free. Since all were pleased with their choices, God was equal. Since there was great disparity between the final results, God was patient.